There's something about the first thing you say that is so nerve-wracking. Like it's just starting, I don't know. All right. Hello, it's Chloe, and welcome back to my channel. All right, hello everyone. It is good to see you again. It has been quite a long time since we last connected. I went on a whole journey and I've got some stories to tell, which I think is really exciting for me because for most of my time of making YouTube videos, I was creating fake stories, but I feel like now I have the story of my life that I'm ready to share with you. Let's take it back to the beginning. So the last time you saw me, I posted a video where I said goodbye to YouTube. In terms of YouTube, this is my official goodbye to YouTube. Goodbye to CloeCouture, to making videos every week. And I decided that I don't think I can do this anymore. The moment I realized that, it was like this huge weight got lifted off of me. My YouTube channel has always been my life expressed onto this channel. I've grown up on YouTube, I've grown up in front of the world, and I can't live that life anymore. It is now finally time to say goodbye to CloeCouture. I love you guys so much. I thank you for everything. Okay, love you. I was really burnt out. I had been making videos for 9 years, nonstop, and I just needed to rest and rejuvenate and restore my energy. So I spent a lot of time taking bubble baths, reading books, watching movies, just relaxing. Something that really helped me come back to life after being so burnt out was spending a lot of time in nature, taking in all the beauty, laying in the park under the palm trees. I feel like nature just soothes my soul and makes me so happy. Another important piece of my journey was making time for family and friends and prioritizing the relationships that were important to me, which was something I felt like I had neglected in the past when I was so hyper-focused on making videos. I feel like in that time I just cultivated such deeper friendships and relationships. I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long. So of course, we gotta get to the music, which is the whole reason I left YouTube in the first place. I could not focus my creative energy in that many outlets at once. Like making videos was taking so much of my creative energy. When I took that break, it finally freed up the time for me to start creating music in the way that I wanted to. It started with me teaching myself instruments, and I started with the piano, which I used to play when I was younger. Goat chat. Another main focus for me was training my voice, and I was working with a voice coach at the time and spending a lot of time kind of just singing and playing around and like just playing with my instrument, which is my voice, and seeing all the different cool things I can do with it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So the next frontier for me was getting up there on a stage, which has been probably one of my biggest fears since I was young. I always wanted to share my voice, but the second I stood up to sing in front of people, even if it was one person, like my grandma, for example, my body would start shaking, my throat would start closing up, and obviously that completely affects your singing voice. That was another thing, I never thought that this was something I'd be able to do because I've always had pretty bad stage fright. So I decided to just go for it and start singing in open mics, and as scary as that was, the more I did it, the more confident I became. Who are you in the dark eye? Each one I went to, I was just getting more and more confident, and by the end of it, I was like up there dancing and moving my body, and yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful journey. And I can't say that I've completely cured my stage fright. I think I'm a naturally nervous and excited person, so I'll always have a little bit of that, but I think I can get up there on a stage and sing. After I came back from my Barcelona trip, I had met someone, and we started dating right at the beginning of COVID and all of that, and I fell in love for the first time. Before, I had never been able to have time or energy for a romantic relationship, so it just never came into my field. Like, I wasn't open to it, but at this point I had kind of made this like intention with the universe that I was ready to open my heart.
This is actually where we first connected, was this room.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell our meeting story?
Well, I felt very drawn to come in here, and then I did, and I was like all nervous, and you guys were just playing guitar and stuff. Falling in love just like bursted open my creative channels and my heart, and I feel like I finally understood why there's so many love songs in the world, because I was just like flowing song after song, every emotion that was coming up, I was just writing it. Me up with the sun. Count faces, faces, they blur up my mind, and the spaces, they're leaving behind all for life. This album is going to be amazing, and it's going to be so beautiful and heartfelt and loving and intricate and galactic and me. It's definitely going to be the most me that I've ever given to the world. And I can't wait. I can't wait. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Honestly, the beginning of COVID was just such a magical time for me because I was falling in love, I was writing music, and I was on top of the world. I feel like I do want to write songs from a place of love and from a place of like a high vibration. And currently I feel like I'm in a lower vibration, and I feel like my state of mind is not like in a loving state. It's more in like a little bit of a frustrated state. And what if it's not what you meant it to be, and you're falling too deep, and you're trying to get out? And what if it's not what you meant it to be, and you're moving too fast, and you're making your way down to shake my world around, take it all away now, down, down, down. All right. That took a turn that I did not expect, but that is why it's good to go into a songwriting session, just completely open to whatever wants to come through.
There is nothing like your first heartbreak, I think. But I was able to channel a lot of that sadness into even more music. I really use songwriting in my darkest times and my loneliest times, and so I think that songwriting really got me through that heartbreak. And I also decided to teach myself how to produce, which was a very short-lived dream.
Okay, so I'm not great at instruments, so I downloaded this program that's supposed to basically turn your voice into an instrument, so I can sing something like da na 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 na, and it'll turn it into like piano keys. And it's crazy. No one is saying anything. Okay. Na na. Oh my god. Da na. Da na 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 na. Na 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 na. I can't do this anymore. I'm going crazy. I can't.
There's this part of me that wants to have full creative control over all my projects. Like, the idea of me fully producing my album sounded really cool to me. It's my art, and I can fully like create the exact vision I want, but that was not the path that was meant for me, and I'm really grateful that it turned in a different direction. So I was very, very open to love, and that's so beautiful. And yeah, I met someone in the desert, and we just had this magical, magical night, and it turned into a magical love.
You're what I want to see. I like you. You're flooding me with ecstasy.
With this relationship, it was beautiful and crazy, and yeah.
Can't believe I love you.
Yeah, baby.
And then I decided to start sharing my music for the first time. So I put together these intimate park performances. That was really, really exciting to me because for like a year it had just been mine, and now it was in the world. Around that time, I started to feel a bit stuck in my life. I felt like there needed to be change, and it had to be big.
This is all about to be gone in a week.
I didn't quite sure know why, but it was a strong and clear message.
So, we're currently preparing for the big move. This is the studio, but...
And when I receive messages like that, I usually just trust them blindly. And I was like, let's go to Bali.